Automatic system, fundamental function and innovations. Vehicle braking system, MCQ and vehicle braking system. What principles is used to multiply the force applied by the driver's foot and the brake pedal in a hydraulic braking system? Option: Pascal's law, Newton's third law, Boyle's law, Archimedes principle. Correct answer is A. Pascal's law. Pascal's law states that a pressure applied to a fluid in a confined space is transmitted equal in all directions, allowing a small force pedal to create a large force at the wheel cylinder. Which components convert the mechanical force from the brake pedal into hydraulic pressure? Wheel cylinder, option brake booster servo, master cylinder, proportionating valves. Correct answer is C. Master cylinder, primary and secondary. The master cylinder houses the piston that move into the bore to push the brake fluid, thereby creating the hydraulic pressure required to actuate the brake. The primary function of a tandem master cylinder dual circuit is to option double the hydraulic pressure output, provide a stronger parking brake mechanism, ensure partial braking capacity if one hydraulic circuit fails, D. Automatically adjust the brake pad clearance. Correct answer is C. Ensure partial braking capacity if one hydraulic circuit fails. A tandem master cylinder has two independent circuits so that the vehicle retains partial braking even if a fluid leak or failure occurs in one of the circuits. Question 4. In a disc brake system, the components that clamps the brake pads against the rotor disc is the brake shoe, braking plate, caliper, drum. Correct answer is C. Caliper. The caliper houses the pistons and uses hydraulic pressure to squeeze the friction pads onto the rotating rotors, creating the braking force. Question 5. What is the main disadvantage of a drum brake compared to a disc brake? Option A. Lower mechanical advantage. B. Poor heat dissipation and tendency to fade. C. Requires higher hydraulic pressure. D. More prone to squealing noise. Correct answer is B. Poor heat dissipation and tendency to fade. Drum brakes trap heat, causing the brake shoe and the drum to expand brake pads, leading to a significant loss of braking efficiency under heavy or repeated use. Question number 6. What is the ideal type of fluid used in hydraulic braking system? Option A. Mineral oil. B. Synthetic grease. C. Water-based glycol fluid. D. Petroleum-based oil. Correct answer is C. Water-based glycol fluid. Most modern brake fluids are glycol, ether-based DOT.3, 4 and 5.1. They are hygroscopic, absorb moistures but have high boiling points, which is critical for brake performance. Note .5 is silicon-based, not petroleum. Question number 7. The term sponge pedal in a hydraulic braking system usually indicates option A. Run-out brake pads and linings, excessively low brake fluid levels, air trapped inside the hydraulic lines, failure of the brake booster diaphragm. Correct answer is C. Air trapped inside the hydraulic lines. Air is compressible, unlike fluid. When air is compressed in the line, it gives the pedal a soft spongy feel, necessitating the procedure called bleeding. Question number 8. In a common passenger vehicle, where does the vacuum brake booster servo typically gets its vacuum supply? A. An independent vacuum pump, the engine's intake manifold, a dedicated vacuum reservoir tank, the exhaust manifold pressure. Correct answer B. The engine's intake manifold. Petrol engine naturally produces a high vacuum in the intake manifold, which is used as the power source for the brake booster to assist the driver's effort. Diesel engines usually require a separate vacuum pump. What is the purpose of the proportionating valve in a vehicle's braking system? Option A, to increase pressure to the front wheel during heavy braking, to limit the hydraulic pressure supplied to the rear wheels during heavy braking. C, to equalize pressure between the left and the right wheels. D, to maintain a constant pressure in the master cylinder. Correct answer is B, to limit the hydraulic pressure supplied to the rear wheels during heavy brakings. The propulsionating valve prevents the rear wheels from locking up uh, prematurely under hard braking by reducing the pressure applied to the rear brakes relative to the front brakes. Question number 10. Brake fade is the loss of braking effectiveness due to option A, air in the brake lines, B, excessive heat build up in the friction components, C, excessive wear of brake rotors, D, low vacuum supply to the boosters. Correct answer is B, excessive heat build up in the friction components. Heat reduces the coefficient of friction of the pads or linings and can cause brake fluid to boil, vapor lock, leading to a severe reduction or total loss of the braking capacity. Question number 11. An anti-lock braking system ABS preliminary works by option A, apply more force to the wheels with more tractions. B, modulating the brake line pressure to prevent wheel lockup. C, automatically engaging the transmission's lower gear. D, equalizing pressure between the front and rear axles. Correct answer is B, modulating the brake line pressure to prevent wheel lockup. ABS use wheel speed sensors and hydraulic actuators to rapidly modulate the brake pressure to individual wheels, keeping them at the optimum slip ratio for maximum frictions and maintaining steering control. Question number 12. In a heavy commercial vehicle, the most common type of service braking system is the A, hydraulic disc brake system, vacuum assisted hydraulic system, C, air brake system, D, regenerative braking system. Correct answer is C. Air brake system are used on heavy vehicles because compressed air provides the massive force required to stop the vehicles reliably, especially in emergency. Question number 13. Which braking mechanism is typically engaged using a cable or lever and operates mechanically, not hydraulically? A, service brake, B, hydraulic brakes, C, parking or emergency brakes, D, engine brake. Correct answer is C, parking and emergency brake. The parking brake or emergency brake is a separate entirely mechanical system required for safety and is typically operated by a cable acting on the rear brake shoe or a separate caliper. Question number 14. In a hydraulic braking system, what is the process of removing air bubbles from the brake lines called? A, flushing, B, filling, C, bleeding, D, priming. Correct answer is C, bleeding. Bleeding involves processing fresh air-free fluid through the system from the master cylinder to the wheel cylinders or calipers until all air is expelled, ensuring a firm pedal feel. Question number 15. Excessive lateral runout on a brake rotor disc will most likely cause which symptoms? A, clutch slip, B, vehicle pull to one side during braking, C, brake pedal pulsation, brake joyriders, D, excessive brake fluid consumptions. Correct answer is C, brake pedal pulsation. Lateral runout will cause the caliper piston to be pushed back and forth as the rotor turns, resulting in the driver feeling a pulsation or vibration through the brake pedal. 16. The primary cause of brake squeal or squeak is usually low brake fluid levels, run out master cylinder seals, high frequency vibration of the brake pad against the rotor or drum, then failure of the ABS sensors. Correct answer is C, high frequency vibration of the brake pad against the rotor or drum. Brake squeal is a noise caused by high frequency vibration between the friction material and the metal surface, often rectified by replacing pads using seams or applying anti-square compound. 17. If a car pulls sharply to the right when the brakes are applied, the most likely fault is a seized right rear brake cylinder, a seized or contaminated left front caliper or wheel cylinder, excessive air in the hydraulic system, an over-adjusted right rear brake shoe. Correct answer is B. A seized or contaminated left front caliper or wheel cylinder. The vehicle pulls towards the side with more effective braking if the left brake is seized, stick, or contaminated. It fails to brake properly, causing the dominant right brakes to pull the car right. Then what does the term DOT stands for in a brake fluid specification? That is DOT for device operating temperature, Department of Transportation, dynamic operating tolerance, driver output torque. Correct answer is B. Department of Transportation. DOT, Department of Transportation rating specify the minimum required weight and dry boiling points for brake fluids, which is a critical safety parameter. 19. Which statement is true regarding the hydraulic relationship between the master cylinder and the wheel cylinder? A master cylinder piston diameter is always larger than the wheel cylinder's piston. B. Master cylinder piston diameter is always smaller than the wheel cylinder's piston. C. Both pistons must have the same diameter. D. Piston size is determined by the vehicle weight. Correct answer is B. Master cylinder piston diameter is always smaller than the wheel cylinder pistons. The master cylinder is smaller to utilize Pascal's law. A smaller piston pushing a fluid over a large piston generates a higher force at the wheel, multiplying the driver's effort. Which safety features is an advanced extension of the ABS system and help prevent the vehicle from skidding sideways during sharp turn or maneuvers? EBD, electronic brake force distribution, ESP or ESC, electronic stability program or control, traction control system TCS, or hydraulic brake assist HPM. Correct answer is B. ESP or ESC, electronic stability program or control. Explanation. ESP and ESC use the ABS wheel speed sensor and pressure modulators along with a steering angle sensors to apply individual brakes selectively and correct oversteer or understeer, stabilizing the vehicle. Thank you.